Do you have the old type of life insurance or the new type? If you have the old type, it's most likely that you don't have essential life-changing coverage known as living benefits.
What kind of life insurance are you referring to?
Well, I understand that nowadays the new type of life insurance offer more benefits than the old type of life insurance. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, of course. So the old type of life insurance only had one living benefit called terminal illness, meaning that the doctor has to deem you terminally ill, meaning that you only have 12 to 24 months to live. The new type of life insurance has updated benefits, chronic illness, critical illness, and critical injury. A chronic illness is if you can't do 2 out of the 6 daily activities of living, such as bathing yourself, clothing yourself, eating, things like that. A critical illness are things like you get a heart attack, cancer, or a stroke, and then a critical injury is something that is jeopardizing your life.
Does that mean that people should replace their policies?
No, not at all. You can actually have both types of policies, but if you'd like, you can replace your old policy with a new one.
You know what? That is great information, Aiden. Let's go on location right now with Chris Bautista, who is about to interview a family with this very topic in mind.
Thank you, George. We're out here on scene in location, and we're about to hear a unique story, one with a family where they actually used living benefits and the new type of life insurance policy that helped this family to come from tragedy to triumph and basically live a better life. I have 2 people here with me today. I have Joe and John. We're going to hear from Joe first. Joe, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us who you are?
Well, my name is Joe Nieto. I've been working with the financial architects for a couple of years now, and I offer life insurance and various products to guys like John, and I'm here to help and educate and help people move forward with their insurance needs.
John, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are.
Well, my name's John. Married. I have 2 little daughters, 7 and 13 years old. I'm currently a law enforcement officer. I've been in law enforcement for over 20 years. About a year and a half ago, I suffered a stroke. I was out in Arizona, just at the DMV doing some paperwork, and all of a sudden I felt my left arm drop. I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was something serious. So I was able to get one of the attendants' attention and had her call 911. So when the ambulance showed up, I had no feeling in my whole left arm. Couldn't open or close my hand. Threw me in a gurney, transported me to the hospital where preliminarily they said they thought I was having either a stroke or a major heart attack. So there they were able to give me some life-saving medication. And it was even more alarming is when I got to the hospital, they said that hospital wasn't able to facilitate my medical emergency. So ultimately it didn't take that long, maybe about an hour from the time I got there. I was on a helicopter ride from Arizona to Las Vegas. Once I was in Las Vegas, I spent about a week in the intensive care unit where they ended up figuring out it was I had a stroke. So because of some of the medication they had given me, it minimized some of the long-term damage, but I'm still having residual effects from the left side of my body. Me being the provider of my household, first thing is how am I going to provide for my family? And then that kind of segues into what I'm thinking about work. How am I going to get back to work? Am I going to be able to get back to work? As of now, I've not been able to come back to work because of some of the longer term effects from the stroke. So those are all real things that I had. And it always goes back to finances, right?
Right.
So I was worried, how am I going to be able to financially support my family?
Before that, did you have or ever hear about a policy like that had these living benefits?
When I first heard it, I didn't really think much of it. But obviously going through what I went through, well, now I definitely know what living benefits are because it's what kind of saved my family. I hope people hear this. I hope they listen to me. One of those things you'll never need. And if you never need it, that's a good thing. Yeah, I reached out to Joe as soon as kind of, like you said, the dust settled. Yeah. I reached out to him, kind of told him what happened, and it was amazing. Like, he kicked in gear. He did what he had to do. It just took one big worry off my plate. You know, it was a huge supplement for our finances here. What it really did, it stabilized us and allowed us not to remain unaffected throughout this. We had enough stuff to worry about. You know, I was wondering if I could ever hug my daughter again. You know, so psychologically, I was going through a lot of issues. Removing that worry from the finance side, I mean, not only did it help me financially and our family, but psychologically, it put me in a good place where that security was there. Yeah, it allowed me to worry about healing, about, you know, the rehab.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Back to you guys in studio.
Wow, that was an amazing story.
Yeah, definitely. That was tragedy turned to triumph. Thank you again.
If you want to make sure that your policy has the new kind of living benefits, or if you're interested in getting a new policy with the new living benefits, reach out to the TFA agent who sent you this video. And don't forget to like, comment down below, and subscribe for more content like this.